On WUSA 9 News at 11, we are digging deeper into critical issues at DC's 911 call center. A shooting victim says it took about 3 minutes for an operator to answer his call for help. Thank you for being here with us tonight. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
I'm Leslie Foster. So everyone agrees that's way too long. And we're following up on what the wounded off-duty firefighter told us last night at 11.
All right, Katie Lusso is tracking the timeline and what happened Saturday night. Katie.
Yeah, well, luckily Zeke had the direct number to the firehouse where he works. But imagine it was you or your loved one. For 3 minutes, he says he remained on the line waiting for the DC 911 center to get to his call. And that, the firefighter union says, is a problem.
You're alone out here. I mean, it's a bad feeling when they don't answer.
As Gary Jacan, who goes by Zeke, lay bleeding on the ground watching the person who shot him run off Saturday night, he dialed 911 as he waited.
A neighbor from up the street ran down real quick. And he says, "What do you need? Do you want me to hold pressure on your wound?" I said, "No, I got this. I need you to open your cell phone, put it on speaker, and call this number." And I gave him the number to my firehouse. Yeah, my phone is on the ground. It's an automated system. Just repeating, we'll get you when we get you.
Zeke dialed 911 at 10:10 p.m. as you can see in this screenshot that he shared. But the first call that the DC Office of Unified Communications says they received was at 10:11 p.m. with emergency crews dispatched less than a minute after that. But by this point, the crew working at his firehouse, Engine 18 and Ladder 7, were already on the way.
Truck 7 communication.
Truck 7.
Yeah, can you let me to that wrong with Engine 18?
You said add you to the shooting?
Yes.
According to OUC, they didn't get to Zeke's call until 10:13. That's 3 minutes after he initially called.
It's very concerning, right?
David Hoagland is the president of the DC Firefighters Union.
He had a direct number to call. The average DC resident or somebody who's visiting this city doesn't know any other number than 911, nor should they have to, right? So I think it's completely unacceptable in our minds.
OUC says they received more than 20 calls within 10 minutes about the shooting, and because of that, some callers had to be placed in a queue.
It was Saturday night in a major city. I think you should expect to be busy on evening nights, right? Like we need to have a capacity in place to handle those surges.
OUC also shared that since October of 2024, 92% of calls were answered in 15 seconds or less, and that the average answer time is 4 seconds. Hoagland says he doesn't blame the call takers or dispatchers and understands mistakes happen, but says there needs to be transparency about what's being done to correct issues and mistakes.
You can inundate everybody with all these statistics saying that you're handling things in a timely fashion, but this story is a broken record.
With today's technology, what we have available to us, somebody should have at least answered. There's not a reason for me to sit on hold when I'm sitting there bleeding all over the place.
So this is not a new issue. We've covered this over the years. Things like sending emergency crews to the wrong location and computer glitches.
Yeah, and we know, Katie, that OUC says they've done a lot to fix these problems over the years. So what are some of those improvements exactly?
Well, OUC says they are working on issues like the one we saw here and claim they've made strides since onboarding new call takers and dispatchers. But there are still a lot of unanswered questions, like how many people were actually working or answering calls Saturday night. And if the issue is that they were down people, what are they doing to fix those issues? So I reached out to OUC tonight. I haven't heard back yet, but we will continue pressing for answers here.
Yeah, critical questions that need answering. All right, Katie, thank you. And 17-year-old Marcella